Hey there, everyone. Rick Ucchino here again for SK Wrestling, and I have the pleasure of chatting with the current NXT champion ahead of his big title defense against Kyle O'Reilly at New Year's Evil. He's the two-time NXT champ, first ever Universal Champion, former Intercontinental Champion. He is the Prince, Finn Balor. How are we doing, sir?
Rick, good to talk to you, man. I'm doing good.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. I'm really looking forward to New Year's Evil, especially knowing how well your first matchup with Kyle O'Reilly was, and we will get to that big match. But I do want to go back a few months to Super Tuesday to start off. You defeat Adam Cole to capture the NXT Championship for the second time, something I know meant a lot to you. And then a month later, you have your first title defense, and you suffer that broken jaw against O'Reilly. And, when I first heard the news, man, the first thing I thought about was SummerSlam 2016, all over again. I really didn't want to see you relinquish another championship because of injury. What was going through your mind at the time all that was going on? Was that a bit of unfortunate deja vu there a little bit?
Little bit of deja vu, but, very different feeling in the sense that, I wasn't so much worried about the title. I'm more worried about, my jaw. And, obviously your health comes before anything we do in the ring. And it was a confusing couple of days. We didn't really know what was going on with regards to diagnosis. We'd kind of been misdiagnosed with the fact that it wasn't so bad. And, I might be back in the ring in 6 weeks. And then, we got a couple of second opinions thanks to WWE. And we realized we needed surgery, and it was going to be a little longer. But, the surgery was all taken care of. WWE handled it incredibly. Obviously, the decision wasn't mine with regards what we were doing with the title. That's always, up to the office. But they said, we think we can get you back in the ring in 3 months. And, here we are on the eve of New Year's Evil.
Yeah, and, you did have to take 3 months off, and that did mean 3 months without the NXT, championship on television. But as you said, they did stick with you. Ultimately, why do you think that they did that they decided to keep that going? Do you think maybe the fact that Karrion Kross had to relinquish the belt just due to injury a few months ago had any bearing on that decision, or they just felt it was the right move to give you the time you needed?
I'm sure there was a lot of factors. Obviously, the integrity of the belt is, of most importance, and Karrion had just relinquished the title due to injury. I guess maybe they didn't want the same thing to happen in such a short window, and obviously we were with the misdiagnosis, and we were kind of the time frame was a little muddled with regards how soon I would be back. So originally we had thought I would be back in the ring sooner rather than what we ended up with 3 months away. So I think there was a lot of factors involved in the decision. I can't, put my finger on exactly which one was the reason, but, that's all in the past. And right now you've still got Finn Balor as NXT champion. And really, when you look at it, who would have beaten Finn in the last 3 months? Probably nobody. So I think the decision was correct in keeping Finn as champion.
And you are good to go now after that hellacious first matchup. It is you and Kyle O'Reilly going at it again. What are you looking forward to most about squaring up with him for the second time at New Year's Evil?
Yeah, just that first lockup. I've said it before. You learn a lot from someone when you lock up with them. And, myself and Kyle have never locked up. We've never been in the ring together. And that first lockup, you learn everything about the person. And that was a great feeling. That moment we tied up, I knew everything that I needed to know about Kyle. I knew he was calm. I knew he was confident. I knew that he knew what he was doing in the ring, and he wasn't nervous or had any anxiety. And he really pushed me to the limits. And obviously, I haven't locked up with anyone in 3 months. So trust me, I miss what I do in the ring, and I miss being in the ring, and I miss the pressure, and I miss being in front of the cameras, and I miss being in front of the people. I miss that pressure. So, I'm looking forward to this as much as Kyle is with regards, being back in the ring and doing what I love.
Is there any added pressure on this matchup, knowing that your guys' first was voted the NXT, match of the year? How do you follow that up?
And for me, I'm not trying to follow anything. I go out there with a different mindset every night. You don't go out there to, have match of the year, match of the night, match of the century, match of the millennium. You just go out there to have a match, and how people, perceive it and interpret it is, their business. But for me, I'm going out there to, do what I love, to, feel alive, to, push myself to the limits, and that's what I'm going to do. How people receive it is their business. But I'm very much going out there with the mindset of, get back in the ring, do what I love, feel alive, and push myself as hard as I can.